This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we have a problem.
I woke up this morning and the batteries are completely crashed. We've got nothing on the lithium. We had 92% before we went to bed last night. Something's drained it.
Well, we always said that we would share the good and the bad, and this episode delivers one of our van life challenges.
Showing 0% state to charge. Oh dear.
And underneath the rows of trees, I will see you where the ocean meets the sky. Under your toes, the fire grows. You are ready for a different kind of life.
It's early, and Stu has noticed a problem, and we're trying not to wake our neighbours.
Well, at least the torch is charged, I guess. The obvious thing is to first look around the leisure battery area. Now they're on tight. First, I just check the obvious and the main battery connections, as we've had problems in that area before. Don't look at that. It's all melted. Unfortunately, my knowledge only goes so far, and electrics is like another language to me. Oh god, the split charge is melted.
What's melted?
There's a fuse in the split charge, 30 amp. Looks like the fuse there is all melted, and that happens to be this 30 amp split charge. Well, at least I packed some long nose pliers. I don't think I've got a green 30 amp fuse. So that's the remains of the fuse, melted and blown. So that's the 30 amp on the engine battery fuse side, whereas those are the left hand bank is the leisure battery fuses. Do you ever have that moment where you know you put stuff away in the van, but then you can never find it? Unfortunately, I'm not that laid back guy, so the background stress levels are gradually rising.
Fortunately, they're still asleep.
I noticed that the fridge was on all the time yesterday, but we left that vent had somehow got trapped open, so... As ever, I start to mumble to myself and try to play back the logic in my head of what's gone on. The problem, I have to watch what's in the fridge.
Oh god. This is something.
You can't help but always think the worst, so hearing the engine start up was a relief. We decide to pull away as quietly as we can, as we want to be able to charge the battery up with Harry running and away from others. It's a beautiful morning, and I guess if you're going to have a problem, then the serenity of a good Polish landscape is going to help.
It's whether I can get the battery charged again. That's the... If I can't get back...
But like you say, why did it go in the first place? It's gone for a reason, isn't it?
I don't understand why it's just drained overnight. So even if that fuse went, which it did, and therefore it wasn't replenishing last night, it was not.
And as we drive away, we try and work through what's happened and why.
I don't understand why it's drained 92%. Well, down, not 92, it's drained down to, well, it does drain down to 0. So, just to summarise my own thoughts more than anything else. So, we went to bed last night and it was on 92% charge. It was a bit lower than I thought on the basis we'd only just pulled up, I must admit. I was expecting that to be more about 98%. So, somewhere during that day, I think we'd lost charge possibly to the leisure battery, not knowing to me. I think the other thing that we'd done, set of circumstances, we noticed that the fridge door wasn't shutting properly because the vented switch had been knocked, unfortunately. So therefore the fridge was doing overdrive, so that would have been, you know, draining the leisure battery anyway to get itself back to temperature, I guess. And that carried on into the night, but when I went to sleep at, you know, it was at 92%. Woke up this morning and no electrics go on, and the state of charge is down at 0. which sort of was a bit of a flashback to when we had the battery problem, which turned out to be nothing other than the lead on the leisure battery had come off, or not fully off, but enough for it not to do a full charge. So I checked that this morning. It seemed okay, although I had reseated it, and I must admit when I reseated it and pulled it, it came back off again. So I wonder whether that was not connected well. But I noticed the split charge fuse, a 30 amp split charge fuse on there's two banks on the right hand bank, which is it's labelled the engine fuses. So it's obviously how it connects, I guess, to the back, and it's the relay fuse had gone completely melted. So why that's melted, I don't know. Something must have happened yesterday. Maybe it's just one of those things, fuses go and that, but maybe it's symptomatic of something else. I haven't got a bloody 30 amp fuse. I've got everything else other than I've got a 40 amp fuse and a 25 amp fuse. So initially I put a 40 amp fuse in there, but then I thought that might not be protecting it very well, because if it's only I don't know, let's say a 30 amp wire, then it really needs something less. So I'll put a 25 amp fuse in, so it's more likely to blow. It's Sunday, so I can't find any automotive places around here where I can get 30 amp fuses. But even if I put that in, there's still something in the back of my mind as to why it went in the first place, but maybe it's just one of those things. The issue I've now got, though, is we're at 0% state of charge on the leisure battery, so we have no leisure battery at the moment. So it needs charging up. Now, whether I can give it enough through driving, or whether I've got to go and hook up and that will charge it, I don't know. So to be honest, I could do with getting in the sun, which I'm not here. In fact, we might move down the road a bit more. I've just parked up here, but I think we're going to move down the road to get in the sun, because if I can get the solar on it as well, that would help to charge it as well, while we just sort ourselves out. Welcome to van life.
Sit at the back so it didn't roll off.
No, it's blown.
So now the 25 amp fuse that I put in has blown also.
Just something's causing it. And it's only it can only be the fridge.
We're trying not to let it spoil the days we've bought tickets for a nearby attraction. But unfortunately, equally, you can't get it out of your mind either.
Amazingly, Jan just went in the supermarket and got fuses. And for a pack of 10 pound each,
Less than that, I think.
which I bet you that £5. If you go online,
I don't know. I'd have to have a
bet you
look.
that £5.
I'd have to have a look.
at least.
It is a
They got
mega
30 amps,
store.
So I bought 3 packs at that price. So I'm going to put 30 amp fuse in. At least I now know I've got exactly the one that was in there before. If that blows, we've got a problem, because that means there's something causing that. So we can't go back because we've got to go to Krakow, because we've got a daughter that we're meeting.
Yeah.
And got all events booked as well, and a site booked, and just driving back to home doesn't feel right. But if we have no electric, means we have no fridge is the reality. Everything else I can do with it. We've got torches.
Which wouldn't be bad if we were in winter.
Yeah. So we're just gonna, if that's the case, we just have to forget the fridge. And I mean, the fridge is on when we're driving.
Yeah,
as soon
yeah.
as you stop, it's going to go off. So
Yeah.
I think we'll end up having to eat stuff that's in the moment,
Yeah.
which is not. It's still doable.
we can still make tea.
Still cook. We can still cook.
Yeah.
We just got to get it that day and all that.
Yeah.
I think the challenge will be, we've got long life milk.
We don't have lights.
Well, flights, that's not an issue.
No. Normally in bed before it goes dark anyway. Yeah.
So I think we can survive if we had to.
Yes,
It's not going to stop us going back.
No,
It's not going to stop us going
nothing else has yet.
It's I think the biggest thing is it's on my mind.
Yeah, no, I know you'll be fretting, yeah.
So see, so I've just changed the fuse, it's all working. So it's at 13.2 volts, it was at 11.7 I think this morning when I woke. It's at 2% state of charge. I think that's the bit that slightly concerns me, is that, because that needs to be up at 98.
But then wouldn't you hope that will go up as the day goes? That
It-
just won't suddenly shoot up, will it? It'll take time to get
It'll
there.
take time, yes. And it's charging, so the key thing there, it's charging at the moment. For some reason the solar's not, that's the leisure battery, that's the vehicle battery. some reason it's not there.
It's not on big... Oh, okay, this is going to sound stupid because you've got the engine running.
It could be. This is certainly dominating the day and my mind, and obviously this video, but I'm still trying to fully understand what's going on and to see what's working and what isn't. Ultimately, the battery needs a complete recharge, which is going to take time. That's the vehicle battery. It's solar's now charging the leisure battery as well. I don't know how that works. It's because it's a small controller, so I think it's flip-flopping between the two, bro.
Determined to carry on, we're off to a castle that we decided to buy tickets online for.
I've just gone wrong, so I am going to turn round.
Turn left here. There's a road there.
Okay, so we're trying to carry on with the rest of the day. We've done all that we can. We just got to wait and see whether the battery charges, whether the fuse blows again, which would be a sign of something bigger. So yesterday we actually booked tickets to go to an attraction which is called the, I'm going to say this wrong, so apologies for that, the Ksiaz Castle, or K-S-I-A-Z, which is quite a big castle. It was only £23, I want to say, for two of us, and that's to go and see the castle, and then there's a separate attraction nearby called the Parliamentarian, which is I think an indoor garden under a glass, which is going to be interesting in this temperature. But we've booked tickets to go there. But like I said, that was only £23, so that would have been probably 50 quid if we'd have been in the UK. So prices we're finding are really reasonable. And the quality of stuff as well, especially in the food side so far, has been really good. So we're trying to get back into the day, trying to not let the battery get us down. Worst case, we've now decided we'll run without electrics if we have to, if it doesn't sort itself out for the rest of the trip, because we've got to be in, as we said, we've got to be in Krakow.
Our channel relies on you, so please hit that like and subscribe button and share us with your social media. We're also on Instagram and Facebook, and if you want to support us further, we have a Buy Me a Coffee link in the description.
And there it is.
So join us in the next episode as we share the story of this castle, and also to see if our electrical challenges continue.